Today, there is interesting news from the Zaparisia direction. Russian forces attempted to advance toward the regional capital, Zaparisia, aiming to position their artillery within range of the city, threatening its 700,000 residents. Here, Russia made an opportunistic push to seize more territory in Ukraine's Zaparisia Oblast before any potential ceasefire negotiations freeze the front lines. Despite the initial surprise, Ukrainian forces were able to react quickly and started destroying the attackers on the spot. Russia aims to secure a more advantageous position before talks solidify the line of control, hoping to stake a stronger claim over a region where it already controls approximately 70% of the land, but crucially, not the regional capital of Zaparizhzhia city itself. The current offensive seeks to take as much ground as possible, while conditions still allow to bolster Russia's bargaining position in upcoming negotiations. This sudden push in Zaparizhzhia comes as speculation grows that peace talks might soon begin, potentially locking the front lines in place. Historically, frozen conflicts have left both sides in control of whatever land they held when the ceasefire was implemented. If Russian forces can seize key positions now, they could cement their control over more of Ukrainian territory before the lines harden politically. Russia has launched an unexpected offensive in the region between Kamiansky and Orikhiv to execute this strategy. This area has been relatively stagnant for months, with no clear strategic reason to prioritize attacks there until now. If we look at the topographic map, we can see that the assault is centered on seizing control of a key hill ridge with key Ukrainian defense lines situated on and around it. The Russian assumption was that Ukraine had moved most of its best equipment and personnel to hotspots like the Kursk and Pokrovsk fronts, leaving this sector vulnerable. The Russian attack initially surprised Ukraine. Russian forces, spearheaded by the 108th Air Assault Regiment, made quick advances, exploiting a weak spot between the area of responsibility of two Ukrainian units. Meanwhile, they launched assaults on positions near Mali Shcherbaki and Piatikatki, pressing forward aggressively in an attempt to consolidate control over these villages. In Stepov, Russian units pushed toward the main highway to secure a logistical corridor for further movement. However, Ukrainians quickly recognized the seriousness of the situation and responded in force. The battles escalated into intense engagements across multiple settlements, with Ukrainian troops determined to hold the line. The 128th Mountain Assault Brigade, one of Ukraine's most experienced units, has been deployed to counter the Russian advance with some of its best drone units. While the situation remains serious, Ukrainian troops are now stabilizing the front and limiting Russian gains. Already posted geolocated footage from the area shows how Ukrainian drone operators are hunting down Russian soldiers and equipment. If Russian forces were to push significantly further, they could bring Zaparizhzhia city home to 700,000 people into artillery range. Such a development makes it imperative that Ukrainian troops hold back the offensive before it becomes too dangerous. Despite the initial Russian success, significant limitations await, as their advance is currently restricted to the contested zone between Russian-controlled parts of the Surovikin line and the parts Ukrainians took control of during their summer counteroffensive in 2023. Even if they manage to push beyond this area, they will be met with a strong layer of defense in the form of the Ukrainian Zaparizhzhia defense lines. This far more formidable obstacle will completely prevent any further progress. Additionally, Russia does not have sufficient reserves stationed in this area to achieve a significant breakthrough or sustain a continued offensive effort. Unlike the more concentrated assaults in other regions, this offensive seems to be an opportunistic gamble rather than a well-prepared strategic push. While Russian troops might continue pressing forward in the short term, their long-term prospects for major territorial expansion in Zaparisia remain low. Overall, the offensive underscores the Russian approach to upcoming negotiations. Take as much as possible now to negotiate from a position of strength later. While Russia may lack the forces to achieve a decisive breakthrough in Zaparisia, its attempt to seize additional land highlights the situation's urgency. Ukraine's ability to react quickly and prevent further Russian advances is crucial, not just for the immediate security of Zaporizhia city, but also for the strategic landscape of the war. At the same time, Ukrainian special forces used American HIMARS systems to destroy 4 Russian attack helicopters in Russia's Belgorod Oblast in a single strike. Special Operations Forces, in coordination with the Defense Ministry's main intelligence directorate, HUR, missile forces, and artillery, eliminated 2 K-52 attack helicopters and 2 Mi-8 transport helicopters. The video released by the Special Ops shows drone footage capturing 4 missile strikes, each followed by large explosions. From the report specifies that the K-52 is an attack helicopter used by Russia for reconnaissance and striking ground targets. In contrast, the Mi-8 transport helicopters are deployed to move personnel and cargo and support ground operations. According to open sources, a K-52 helicopter costs approximately $16 million and a Mi-8 around $8 million. As reported by Kyiv Post, the Kamaz-Ka-52 Alligator is widely regarded by military analysts as one of the world's top attack helicopters, thanks to its counter-rotating rotors, advanced targeting systems, heavy armor, and powerful weaponry. Designed for a 2-person crew, the K-52 is heavily promoted for its Vikhr attack missile, which Moscow claims can destroy a tank from a distance of 10 kilometers. This allows K-52 gunners to hit targets beyond the range of many battlefield point defense systems, such as manpads. According to Forbes, K-52 helicopters were likely responsible for some of Ukraine's equipment losses during the 2023 counteroffensive, using their long-range missiles to engage targets while hovering over the battlefield. The Mi-8, NATO designation HIP, is a versatile twin-engine helicopter developed by the Mill Design Bureau in the early 1960s. It is one of the most widely produced helicopters in aviation history and is used extensively for both civilian and military operations.
Wait!